Hi there, Zipp here with the recap of ALGS final day. What an amazing ALGS this was. The boys from TSM did it again. I think they even broke a record now. But yeah, what an amazing ALGS. It was absolutely fantastic. Let's hope next year will be even more amazing than this. And yeah, I will let you enjoy this final day highlights and I will see you in the next one. See you.
The legends are locked. The dropship is loaded. It's a Sunday in Birmingham. And you know what that means. It's the grand finals of the ALGS Championship.
The energy in this arena is unmatched. Welcome everyone to Birmingham. Welcome to the ALGS Championships. And I cannot wait for today's action to kick off. And we will finally have a champion of this year. Who's going to take it though? That's the real question. We've got contests that are going to be going down on World's Edge. There are teams that will be competing. There are teams that have given up their POIs. Alliance, remember, they were going to give up Thermal Station, what I heard, but Pioneers already in an engagement.
Oh, a couple of trades going down early on, and this is a Harvester. Exchange and Zayn! The triple take good enough, but the action not over. Already we're into another contest.
I had heard that Alliance were giving this up, but they said no, this is our temple, this is our playground, but the dojo are showing what they're made of with their fists!
Timmy with the PK! Flesh damage already. This is an electric start to our first game here in the ALGS Championships. And once again, it looks like the dojo are in control of Thermal Station. Remaining members of Alliance here trapped in that bottom structure, and maybe you can see the signal is now to try and push in and take control, but nobody's there.
Chasing shadows at the moment, our dojo, and they do have to play this one careful because they respect and they know how good Alliance are. And you need to know that Alliance, even as a 2, especially with Effect still alive and the damage output that he has with any weapon, but I tell you what, it's up and down. It's switching elevators at the moment, as Alliance now hold the high ground here.
Well, they're going to send it. They're going to send it here. Up onto that high ground. Alliance still on that height, but they don't really have the armors to compete. Enemy in Designful taking some damage. Timmy and Designful now left on their own. It's 1v2 here to claim what this POI will be, maybe for the rest of our World's Edge games.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one for Dojo, and in a 2 versus 1, they shouldn't lose with these shields. But Effects just being a nuisance from the high ground, but now the grab lift being back up. It should be a matter of just cleaning up the pieces. Effect goes down, Alliance will fall. And even though it was elongated, it took far too long.
Well, it looks like TSM are going to retreat from that fight against Optic Gaming, but like you mentioned, TSM have been controlling this position within Overlook for quite some time. Burholt's going to have to be careful here. He takes a huge amount of damage. Excuse me, it's How on that high ground, trying to take it away from FaZe, and Phony will put him on his back. Reps tries to follow up. He's going to fall as well. It's all down to Burholt to keep TSM in this first game. Burholt will get frags, but that's not the end of this fight.
Oh, the grenade ends TSM's first matchup here, but they'll need a victory. Now, Ascent suddenly getting forced into an engagement here with Black Hat.
Black Hat have a Prowler, and trust me, they've got 3 extremely strong players as well. Iron Blood Gaming will be our 15th team to be eliminated, or 5th team I should say. That Prowler's doing damage, but not enough. They're trapped at the moment underneath this building, but the knockdown shield, shield! FaZe is still alive. FaZe still control this silo area that we talked about right at the start of the game. But now they're going to be forced to make a play. Phony Head on the horizon does have the ability to jump back up onto the top of the silos in front of him, but maybe he's thinking it's time for some KP. The grab lift will take them up to that height, and FaZe on this next silo will be safe as well.
Yeah, this silo is perfect for them, and they've got eyes on below. It looked like it was a comfortable position to hold, but Saku gets taken down. And now FaZe can just rain down hell from above here.
Pulverex eliminated in the meantime. The black hole might be absolutely golden here from Phony Head if that Arcstar can connect, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But Snipe Down still on top of that height, and also at a Prowler as now Dreamfire make their move.
Optic versus Dreamfire, a huge fight between 2 of our giants in this lobby. Dreamfire still a full and healthy 3. No! 1 gets taken down, Roy has fallen, and 3MC, the last remaining player.
Can you do it sandwich for the team? It's Skittle Cakes versus 3MZ. Dreamfire will fall. NRG also fall as well, but force their way into great placement points as a solo. Speaking of which, Fussy now finds himself on his own as FaZe still command the height.
So as a 2, Moist can really influence this final circle. And now here comes the call for FaZe.
Here's the play from FaZe. They want to take down E6, and I mentioned that Snipe Down has a prowler! Huge damage coming out of Eric Rona. He will clean our Element 6. Moist Esports also dispatched with as Optic and FaZe start to move towards each other.
Optic Gaming versus FaZe Clan. This is Esports Org's royalty going up against each other right now. But FaZe, they have to try and reset. Optic are far healthier in the moment, but both Duck Bells are down. 1, 3, 4!
Knocked with the damage, knocked with 2. Optic Gaming surely in this position must be able to win our first game of the Grand Finals. The form team coming into this week in Birmingham just have to deal with one more player. Drop goes in, Drop with the spray, Drop with the win! And the green wall stands tallest in our first game of the Grand Finals.
We saw with Alliance surprising Dojo off the rip with a 50-50 in thermal, where Dojo was able to win, and it looks like we're going right back here.
A little bit of the mind games. It didn't help them out last time. Maybe the straight-up man-to-man fight will.
See how this plays out with Hockey's being the first to go down here. Effect having to drop down, enemy with the purple Evo. Dojo had that slight health advantage before Designful meets Hockey's on the floor. But he's only got the Havoc and limited ammunition here.
Exactly. No turbo on it either. You know, you gotta wind up. Goes in with the slide down. That first spray was pretty good. Now with effect gone. Looks like this one, Dojo could have it again. 2 in a row.
Alliance, they gave up that POI, and now we're getting to see KCP, the other 50-50 that we saw happen between KCP and I believe it was Realize, and KCP did come out on top of this one, but now with Zane being the last one alive, let's see if that's going to be the same case.
Harvester, it's been such a point of contention for many, many teams here. And once again, we're seeing players fight over this key, central, rotational POI. In the meantime, Oxygen have used that evac tower to get out ahead, and now LG are in a fantastic position. They were, you know, a little bit worried a second ago, but now you can see it's IBG full sending them.
Oh, Ziki moving in, but he gets beamed. They're trying to fight their way from inside the circle. Huge crash coming in as he sends out the Arc Star 2. They get the trade as Ziki's able to find Hotwadis. Asia goes down right afterwards, and Moist Esports and your feet do get eliminated. They were fighting Oxygen before, and IBG is going to be meeting them right back in the lobby. But this is the fight that we were mentioning as Oxygen had flew over them prior. They were in some trouble. MDY White also cannot get to safety. Dreamfire are able to circle keep the teams that are funneling out from all the chaos that was happening by that southern Bolt side.
Oh my god, so much KP going the way of Dreamfire. The fans loving it. Second place, up to 20 points already.
They couldn't find the rat that was Optic Gaming. As they move forward, they note that Oxygen is also not a full squad. I believe it's just a duel left for this team if they weren't able to reset an NRG. Hugging the mouth of this tunnel. Setting up Catwall for Catwall on the other side. This may be shared with TSM looking to engage, exiting out of survey. Hal gets taken out by Nathan, who has been going crazy in these lobbies so far, leading the overall kill leader in the overall days that we've had leading up to this final day.
Catwall's not enough to save TSM. I mean, they just get sandwiched here. Blackhand on the top, the Pulverex Rat actually coming in from the back. Don't know how long FChat's going to be able to stay alive. Does actually get involved, but unfortunately gets caught in the crossfire. Now it really comes down to Blackhand and NRG.
Wanted to steal that one real quick. More for FChan though, and Blackhand engaging on this fight versus NRG, who were able to reset rather quickly. Sweet hasn't popped the shield cell just yet because they got the crack over Blackhand, and it looks like squad after squad, they fall as Nathan going crazy with the flat line, being the kill leader now in this one game alone. TSM, Blackhand, fall at the hands of NRG.
Dreamfire get the reset again? Are you kidding me? Doesn't matter what you throw at them up on the tower here, they just keep coming back from the dead.
Literally zombies right here. They just do not stop. Does a little shimmy shade in the air before tap strafing behind some cover, and the EMP now coming in from Cachero.
Yeah, the problem is, though, they are right on the edge of the circle. They will have to drop down immediately. You can see they waste no time doing that and try and use some smoke to cover, but Ascend have them on lock.
Said trying to ride the momentum. Gets the cracker riches before, but misses some of those flatline shots, having to back away as post skill was incredibly low. Doesn't want to overextend when they're low too, but gets the crack. Here comes the follow-up from him, and having to look to their backs. E6 get eliminated, but at what cost? Sets up the Watson pallet fences, and Dreamfire, after resetting, not once, not twice, not even 3 times, are going to be able to move in to try to take this game against Ascend.
Yeah, that was start a fight to Ascend, actually. Off the back of that, they're going to be a duo, and I don't think there's any way that they can come out on top. Your Chinese team, Dreamfire, moving up into first place already. Can they get the win to cap it off?
He's got the Prowler, he's got the high ground, and Dreamfire are your game 2 winners. The crowd goes crazy. The shines of red lighting up the crowd. And if I'm not incorrect here, we may be seeing a 50-50 with KCP and Dreamfire by the mill. That is to say, if things don't swap up like we saw off the rip in game number 1 on World's Edge between Alliance and Dojo.
Oof, okay, we've even got, yeah, Blackhand have changed up from what we thought they might be going for, not going for the contest immediately, but as you say, we're definitely having one over at the mill. Storm Point, World's Edge, doesn't matter. These two teams are going to be going up against each other all day long.
Well, I like the swap up from Blackhand too. We also had noted, you know, behind the scenes, they were trying to fight for a POI originally, but here's that 50-50 off the rip to get those bins with the better armor.
Exactly. You see Dreamfire landing on the better side. They pick up the purples. That's a big advantage. Not only that, we do see the knocks.
Are they going to be able to get a full reset here? Still just trying to get into position. Coming in from the skies on the gravity lift, but also has a knockdown right in front of him to play off of from a slight lip.
But Optic are here! They didn't land it down base. Optic, the rogue element, have come in to immediately third-party this, and I'm not sure either team expected it.
I'm sure their invite to the party was lost in the mail somehow, but don't worry, they will not miss it for the world. Skidokay getting involved here too. He's got the Devo in his hand, and you could already see Zane running away, understanding, all right, this is not what we were expecting here. We're just gonna have to go for a reset, cut our losses, but the same thing could be said about Dreamfire. I believe we saw Rory up in the distance here that maybe was able to get away. But that's going to be so important because that's something to note going into game number 2, going into the second game on Storm Point for Optic Gaming to take advantage of. It's all about the mind games before you dive into the lobby.
Well, Pioneers lost 1. It looks like Dreamfire lost 2, so they actually come out worse off, even though right to start with they were doing better in the contest. Dojo and TSM have already run into each other at wall.
Dojo had gotten the advantage off the rip already. They had taken one out from TSM. Now they take Verholst next. There's only one left from TSM. But Dojo taking this fight over by wall and eliminating TSM as the first team to go in the lobby before Dreamfire gets found out too.
Yeah, look, you can see Alliance. They're really holding on to that tunnel. That's important for them. But wow, NRG have a team right on top of their heads right now. That's Element 6 sliding in on the top of the rock. The wall bounce hit.
Oh, the wall bounce just to top it off. Nathan, though, with the Nemesis in his hand, he's still alive. He can't get the reset. They find him out. Optic Gaming, they were lying in wait for too long, get a little anxious, see the opportunity, and try to capitalize.
Yeah, I think they're going to do that as well with the one member of Oxygen that's trying to get away from them. Desperately coming out, they do manage to finish that one off. It's knocked.
Although Optic are in that next circle where no other team is so far, it's a very open circle aside from the rocks. You have to be careful there because you can get pinched from so many different angles, especially since Realize is still on the northwest side. FaZe looking to clean up some heads themselves after all the action that was happening over by Launchpad, now taking care of Alliance.
Optic are currently on 49 points, by the way. One more will move them as the first team onto match point. A single KP does secure them.
Wow.
Next game, Optic will be the only team with a chance to win.
Already? After game 3, Optic Gaming looking to take the dub. We got the ulti with the disruptor rounds, dropped on the other side with the Digi Threat 2. They took down one member of Realize. Looks like they were also able to get the finisher onto Oobly. The catwall has gone down, so each 3 team have already used the catwall with the circle closing in. It's now the fight for second place for Realize against FaZe.
Oh, is a black hole enough to bring this back as a duo? Maybe. It's a very good ultimate. They get sucked in straight into it. But Optic, on the back of it, 50 points isn't enough for them. They will secure the dub. do they still have a little bit of a journey over towards the mill? Remember, mill is Dreamfire versus KCP as the expected fight, but Optic decided to get involved. But no Optic gaming this time. It's straight up Dreamfire versus KCP.
It's Dreamfire versus KCP, but I saw someone picking up a purple armor on the side of KCP, and Dreamfire, who are the team they're chasing Optic, who are closest to them at the moment, already find themselves at a disadvantage.
And this is a massive fight for Pioneers. If they want to be one of those ones that they're chasing back to try and catch up and get close to match point, not only can they elevate themselves, but you shut down one of your main competitors.
But how great is this for Optic as well, right? This is going to be Dreamfire potentially eliminated, and by doing so, Optic don't have to worry about their nearest challenger maybe joining them here.
So Pioneers, they are hunting down the remaining players of Dreamfire. 2 of them have fallen already, and it looks like Dreamfire's chances of getting onto match point are slowly slipping away here in match number 4. And NRG are in one of the best spots. FaZe, as they arrive, are going to be taking a lot of damage, but on the other side, Imperial Howl has just fallen as well. It's TSM taking this fight alongside FaZe.
And while all these fights are going down, this is great news for Optic, the team who's on match point, but here comes TSM. FaZe eliminated, Verhulst will stand strong. Oxygen also fall in the meantime. Can TSM get this reset? Here comes the zone. And here comes the play from every single team that's left in that lobby. 10 squads still remain here. Realize, trying to fight on edge of zone. Kampu doing what he can. The zone is burning. It is singeing at its back though, but a few KP here certainly would help. Can't quite connect. Enterforce 36 fall. Pulverex fall. Realize will also fall and start a fight down to 1. Blackhand will take them out, and it looks like Blackhand are the winners of that fight.
And just like that, we're down to 6, but Blackhand also struggling with the ring. But Optic are still holding strong, but now they have noisy neighbors, and this is when you need to be hitting your shots.
Well, Optic have made the play. They think they can win this game. TSM, they've been eliminated in the meantime. The Dojo eliminated. Top 4 and Optic are still here.
Optic still alive. NRG still alive. 3 squads remain. It's Ascend. It's NRG. It's Optic, and now it's just 2.
Optic Gaming might be about to break records. 2 squads remaining. It's NRG versus Optic.
Everyone in the arena has just become an NRG fan as they want this tournament to continue.
Prowler for Nathan. Could that be the difference maker? Sweet has to retreat. Does he have a shield swap? No, he doesn't. Sweet goes down. Not gets the first kill for Optic. Dropped. Tries to move in to clean up the pieces. Optic will fall. NRG clutch. And Optic Gaming, who are on the precipice of becoming your champions, will have to wait a little longer. NRG with the clutchest 2v3 you will ever see. He might have chipped away at enough damage to give the opportunity for them to push. Let's jump into a listening with the Dojo and see how this goes down.
26 on the horizon. I gotta
You by yourself.
I have no shields.
I'm walking up.
You're by yourself to me.
Yep, I hear you.
The cat was very low.
I need help here.
Close. You're above you.
I have no shields.
You're still above you.
Yep, on me. Someone needs to shoot this guy on me.
Grabbing.
70 blue.
Big one clip.
70 blue on horizon.
Yep.
Right the one.
Dead.
Grabbing in you.
Play towards me.
Crack. 23.
Play towards me. Let's go!
Three bitches.
I think we are better.
Match point finals is that TSM have not really done much in terms of points per game, but Pioneers, they're taking an engagement now, and Nathan's gone down. It's NRG.
NRG. Oh, NRG are getting run over right now. And it's because of the man on your screen who's almost single-handedly 1-2 contested in a row for them. And he's going to take down everyone. Same with the L-Star.
Use any little mini rocks that they've got to survive, as now you can look, TSM are trying to make their way in, but they're very close to the Dojo.
I was going to say, LG kind of control what might happen in this game. TSM in this fight in the choke, though. On the outside of Countdown looking in. Have to send it right now, and how doesn't need to be asked twice. Gets the knock onto enemy. 3v2 becomes a 2v2 as Designful strikes back.
How important could this be for TSM? It has been a game of survival. They've constantly had themselves tested, constantly had players down. 2 versus 2 with the Dojo, but now LG Chivas, they're having a peek over to this one.
And how good is that for Optic Gaming? It clears this side of the map for Optic. TSM trying to hold on in this fight, but will fall. The Dojo will take them down. But the story is all about Optic. Once again, look at the position they now have.
Optic, they went north, they saw and they heard the commotion, said this is our opportunity, we can take the northern side. And now LG Chivas have taken the southern side. Optic hold the northeast. And we have 4 teams on this northwest side. MDY White, Oxygen, Blackhand, Element 6, Dreamfire, all in these buildings, but Dreamfire down to 1. They only need 2 points to get to the match point threshold though. Roy has to hold on for his team.
Themselves, I mean, every bit of damage that Optic can do in this position, Dan, it's going to be brilliant because you know that multiple teams are going to fall. Reeds almost falls himself, Aiden has fallen, and now Vayne left on his own for Oxygen Esports. Slayers and Tyler still up here for E6.
Optic are taking a look at this as well. Optic want to get as much damage as possible. Their biggest threat is going to be LG Chivas at the south of the map because all these teams are taking so much damage on the northern side. And Optic looking to just try and pick up any extra damage, any extra pieces to secure as much placement as possible.
I mean, Optic are just playing on the low ground. They're not interested. They want all of these teams to take each other out. They've made the decision to wait, as solos and duos will surely fall their way. Roy just needs 2 KP, E6 and MDY White take each other out. Dreamfire hit match point. But Optic might steal it away still.
Dreamfire do it, but will they get a chance to even play on match point? LG Chivas, Blackhand, and Optic Gaming in the final 3 as Optic doing damage from a distance. Do Blackhand and Chivas know who is in this final circle with them?
Oh, player K. He's got a Kraber, and this might make things a little bit more difficult for Optic Gaming. But what an opportunity for Optic once more. Couldn't get it done in the last game, in the 3v3. Well, now it's a 3v3v3.
And what a journey it's been for Optic, all the way from stacks, making it over towards this countdown landslide area. LG Chivas, though, hold prime position. Not only are they closest to the center of the circle, but they have cover to work with as well. And Optic maybe know that. Dark Veil goes down, so they can get a little bit of a closer look to Blackhand.
I think they just had to burn that Dark Veil there, Optic. Ult Excel's going to be going down though, so they might be in a position if they can buy enough time to wait for those ultimates to come back. But this Kraber could be the difference between us having more Apex on our screens or Optic having a chance to win this game. The final round starts to close here in Birmingham. Blackhand find a corner, and this is good for Optic. Optic forcing Blackhand and LG a little bit closer to each other. Optic are taking damage here, Dan, and Optic are being forced to retreat and knocked. He's got no shields. Skittlecakes is down. Dropped is down. But Nox is still alive. The dream is still alive for Optic. But it's looking like this could be the end of the road. The catwalk goes down. It's one more game here in Birmingham as LG going to the final fight against Blackhand.
If Blackhand win this, they could get onto match points, but no! LG will deny. They've been holding strong, but Strafing Flame said he struggled with pressure. Well, now pressure is on your shoulders, just as our LG. He gets punched down.
He gets booted in the face. LG with the win here.
And it looks like this time, I mean, sure, it's a slightly different circle. It could actually go up towards Skyhook, but Optic, of course, one of our 2 match point teams. We need to keep our eye on them. We can't take them off them, especially not when they're in a fight with the Sand.
And with that nade too from Dropped, has to back away. So does Noctu, gets beamed on the other side against Ascent. Meanwhile, Skittlecake, the fragger himself, trying to stay alive with the limited ammunition that he has on the R9.
The crowd wants more Apex. You can hear them cheering for Ascend here. They want this day to continue, and
no way he gets away with this. He knows. Oh, he actually. Oh, the Watson fence. The Watson fence on the fly. Stun, he can't get away. The gravity lift. Ascend get eliminated by the third party right afterwards. But I realize they could get pinched by the team that ends up on top from this fight in Countdown.
I mean, the big problem for all these teams is there's already teams locked in those buildings. Okay, look, let's worry about Dreamfire for now. They've finally tried to make their move, but look at this, the piercing spikes right on top of them.
Oh, no.
How can they get out of this?
It slows you down on top of that easy flash. Popping off on NRG, leaving only one before they get eliminated and sent right back to the lobby. 15 squads left. Dreamfire have the gravity lift, go right back up on top of the roof. But in this time, Blackhand has already moved.
Exactly, Blackhand, IBG, oh my god, are they throwing away their life right now to try and take out Dreamfire? Because I don't know what their exit strategy is. They have just got their eyes locked on the only match point eligible team remaining in this lobby.
Gino, this circle's closing in, and this circle makes your eyes cry. Now, with the circle closing in and all this fights happening over by Countdown, you're going to get gate capped. Blackhand's already moved.
They're
and
right
Dreamfire
above
are going to commit to this. E6 also get eliminated in your feed.
Look, Dreamfire, they get the drop there, but it's not going to be enough. A war of attrition, a Pyrrhic victory at the very best.
He did the last one alive for Dreamfire. Scooting all the way down. And this is the gatekeep that I was expecting. It is Moist waiting for them. On the other side, we are going on to a new game right after this.
Down the sights at them.
Farming that damage with the knuckle cluster from the Fusey. Oxygen Esports is playing outside of TSM's building. You see the EMP ring out in the building that is being shared by 3 other squads. Make it fourth with Realize making an appearance. It's Dojo, Pulverix, KCP, and Realize fighting on the outskirts of this building alone and on the edge of the circle.
You can see Saku in the drone there, popping that EMP on his APAC North teammates beforehand. I think Realize may have got the reset and continued on here, so merely Evo damage from Pulverix in use of that ultimate. But they do have the roof. It'll keep them in for quite a while, assuming they can fend off this push.
Oh, Osaka going down though. Shimi has to look right behind him. Look who comes in from the zip line, and look who comes in from the skies. A Rez with the respawn beacon on the building that has not just 2 teams, 3 total squads with LG looking on. This is crazy.
I think it was KCP that actually just pulled off that Moby res there.
I cannot believe this. KCP with that res. Gonna be able to move all the way up onto that second floor. The fact that they got the res and the reset is insane. The EVA 8 shots ringing inside this first floor of the building. Find him outside. Serdell gets taken out. It's only up to Nasky, who is fully up and healthy, playing around the head glitch of the desk before sliding through the smoke. They have to finish fight quickly, and KCP come out on top, taking out Dojo.
I mean, Nasky's face, it's like there's no pressure on him. It's like he's playing a ranked game at home. How is he this calm right now?
All practiced. Having to keep your cool. Hal moves up. He takes down the reinforcements on the door, though. He gets beamed the moment he pops his head. He still is able to find Vayne. With that knock, he goes right back to go for the reset. Verhoes and Reps are right there to help him out, sending the grenade all the way up to the other side of the fence line. Realize playing on the outskirts. This final ring is closing, and sooner or later, TSM have to funnel outside this building.
If LG can stay hidden behind the wall, they actually may be in the best spot to avoid the carnage that is about to ensue in this lobby. 6 teams left, most of them just about to move out of cover.
The ring, adding in some assistance. Be your own sometimes, or you have to fight your life from the ring, having to look behind you. That building shares that boardway. KCP, Zane alive, drops down, double catwalk called in. 6 squads remain. The creeping barrage from Moist knocks down Nasky. KCP in trouble as they get cleared out.
You've got almost no idea who you're shooting at. It doesn't matter which team they're from. You've just got to find a target and click.
It's a chance from the crowd giving TSM the energy they need. From the chat as well, the supporters, to give TSM the dub as FaZe find themselves in another top 5.
TSM though, they're all by themselves at the moment. There's a fracas behind the wall, but they will strike at the last moment.
FaZe against TSM. There's only one alive. The nade from Furrows. FaZe get eliminated, and TSM are your Game 6 champions.
Either way, I think this is going to be too tough for Dreamfire to come back from.
MDY White eliminated in your feeds thanks to the hands of Dojo, who are sitting at 43 points currently right now. NRG, a team that has been so consistent, still trying to make the comeback here. Nathan gets the shield swap, engaging in this fight. He's got the Digi threat in hand, but trying to peek through a little head glitch here. As the double death box is right to his right too, and looking to find the opportunity. Nathan has been an absolute beast so far for NRG.
God, he is so locked in today. He's so locked in this tournament. And NRG trying to add another scalp here.
Oh. Designful versus Sweet on the other side, and he with the wingman shots. Call him Mariah because he is looking to carry.
Oh, we just talked about it with the what's in your pack. The 30-30 there, just pumping in so much damage. A scant few bullets and you've already got to waste a bat or maybe even more. LG, they've actually been locked down here by the Fuse ultimate, but reply so well with the Hemlock. They get right back on top of it with the gravity leap. They turn this fight around in a matter of seconds.
There's no way you can survive through the onslaught of ArcStars. Yanya is delivering on a silver platter. E6 get eliminated. LG Chivas are locked in.
I've never seen defense turned into offense so fast. They're incredible by LG to keep their chances alive.
LG Chivas fighting against Real Ice, which actually gives them some time to focus on this fight to get the reset if they can.
Oh no, has to stop the revive there. The black hole came in. He knows he just has to win this fight somehow. 2v3. Yet Juarez is trying to do it with the Hemlock coming out. Again, that's the second down. Can they actually win this 2v3?
Yanya looks completely unfazed. It looks like they can. The Thermite doing enough damage. He gets the finisher on the Hemlock at the very end. Realize gets taken out. Playing by the bunker doors is Dojo after winning this spot against NRG in a team fight. Here comes the catwall up. Great way to hold on to that utility to make this rotation. They've called out the rat from phase, but they don't finish them off.
Wow, other teams even worried about the Dojo here are going to start throwing ultimates out. I'm not sure why Enemy isn't making the rotation just yet. I guess they're really trying to dissuade anyone else from getting above them. They don't want to make the move too early, but Phony, he can't even pop the one bat he's got left. He's too worried about people hearing him.
He's living on the edge for real right now. Dojo have managed to finally make their rotate with the circle closing in. Optic Gaming still inside of this building with TSM right above them. Start a fight outside the building. Looking to maybe getting involved with TSM right on the rooftop, and that's a positional disadvantage that they have to worry about if they do decide to take that fight.
Well, as Peeps would say, levels. You've got people on all different levels of that building, and as the game goes on and on, it gets more congested. Alliance now will drop, and we're down to 7. Blackhand and Moist down on the south here. Phony somehow still hasn't been discovered. You can see him. Oh, man.
Want to note that Dojo being alive for this long and getting the KP that they have has set them up with 50 points. They join alongside our other match point teams to wait to see if they have another opportunity to take the dub, to take this year's championship.
You can see it's not a fantastic spot that they've got down there. Bangalore ult, a black hole, a couple of grenades honestly could spell the end of them. This building is what's important. You can stay in it until the circle is almost completely closed. It'll be interesting to see how Blackhand and Moist play out on the bottom side, the south side of this. Phony did his best, but couldn't get any more than 7th there. Okay, it's gonna be a battle of the north and south.
Now with phase going down, Blackhand and Optic Gaming are your match point teams that are still alive. Dojo with the catwall up, trying to take a fight against Moist, trying to poke from afar without trying to overcommit at the same time, especially with Waltzy having the L-Star, but they lose at an MT.
Oh no!
Oh, the shield bat popped off! The shield bat coming in clutch! Moist Esports get eliminated!
Okay, Blackhand, they've waited a nice amount of time here. They can't see anyone through this cat wall, though. The bang ult, even more, is going to send them back, and they will take back the safety of their generator and the Watson fences set up. This interception pylon is so so good against the compositions that the other teams are running. You can't throw a black hole in there. You can't throw a bang ult in there. They're safe until they want to move.
And that's the importance of having the Watson in their team comp. The gameplay that they've been running into with this composition to play into this play style is beautiful. TSM still looking down on Pride Rock on the rooftops of this building. Optic Gaming having to fight for their lives. The evac tower has been called in right in front of them as Hao gets the knock in the feed.
Okay, start a fight. Unfortunately, dropping one early. Still 2 match point teams left alive out of the last fight. Will Optic finally close it out, or can Blackhand really make everyone who supported them look like the best team in the world?
4 squads left. Start a fight go down. Optic Gaming. Blackhand still in this fight. Blackhand though, strafing flame. Easy flash as well. This may be it for Blackhand, and it is. Optic Gaming are still alive for how long? It's dropped. It's TSM from the high ground. 3 teams left, and the circle is looking like a skittle.
No one knows who anyone is in Optic. Once again, they can't manage it. It's going to be Dojo versus TSM as the circle closes at TSM. Yet more.
Optic still in this fight though. Optic trying to force their way through command center. They have taken a fair bit of damage in this fight, which is, the longer it goes, the more you expect more teams to think about having a push on this. Locked is taking flesh damage, but should be able to just about get around this corner, but no! Here come KCP! They are a nightmare for the lobby at the moment. There's one KP, one more, and Pioneers will be on match point.
The Pioneers are on a warpath, and they want this KP. They want to get to match point as early as possible to give them that idea of we can be the team to disrupt things. We can be that squad to win here and send us to match number 9.
Zane reloads. All bounces enough to keep this player alive for just a few seconds, but Zane has only got one thing in mind. KP, one more of them, and KCP will be on match point!
7 becomes 8.
They will move down and try and force their way into this zone, and the Dojo have to make this play. You can see in the top left, they won't be safe in around a minute's time, so they're trying to take this fight a little bit early, trying to force TSM back and create some space for them to have to play.
And we've seen this fight a few times this tournament, Dojo versus TSM, and Dojo have got the better of them a few times. Now SAF are above all of this commotion and could join it if they wanted to. Smokes just to give extra protection for Timmy and the rest of the boys. Right now, they're just trying to hold on because they're looking. They have been able to fight their way in.
One thing that's interesting is I think teams are a little bit less confident trying to fire through the bang smokes, knowing that the Digi is now in that crafting rotation. You can't guarantee if you have a Digi, you're probably going to be in a good position. Oh my, look at start a fight.
Oh my.
Do you pull the trigger? Do you wait for the knocks? The pressure. You can feel it in the room. Enter Force 36 eliminated in the meantime, but back to the silence as we wait to see what happens.
Couldn't tell if I was in the ALGS arena or a football stadium as everyone's selling shoe by Iron Blood Gaming now. Trying to take this fight and at the moment doing well damage-wise.
This is FaZe they're going up against as well, so we could have another match point team falling. What a crazy start to this lobby it has been. And it looks like they're going to be spied out here, FaZe. This could be the end of FaZe. If the flesh damage starts to pick up, and it is, FaZe are eliminated as well. That's yet another match point team falling.
That means we only have 3 left. They've been going out one by one, and SAF, they really can change this fight as Enemy has been the first to fall from the Dojo.
I mean, this is a massive fight. This is a massive fight for the context of not just what you see in front of you, but the tournament as a whole. And SAF might play spoiler. Reps will go down. Verhol's still got shields to play with, but where are SAF on all of this? Are they going to drop? Are they going to influence this fight? The zone is closing. Are they going to make a play off the back of this?
SAF are just letting this go. They're saying, yep, we helped one team win, I guess, as TSM. Back on their feet, back as a 3, and SAF, they want to hold this position. They don't want to give it up.
The reason I say this is because the winner of this northern fight will have probably the best place in the zone. So for TSM fans and TSM themselves, they're going to be thanking their lucky stars that they weren't dropped. The composition could be influencing the decision that's going to be made here by Starterfight Esports. They are in such an elevated position here that if they try and hit this Valkyrie, they will be safe to do so. They can approach this zone late and really get a lay of the land. That might open the door for TSM to move in.
Well, bear in mind, for TSM to win here, it would be 3 back-to-back victories, something that's unheard of this year in ALGS on LAN. But they have to first worry about SAF. Now, Pulverix, E6, they hold a good position at the moment where they have coverage, but there's a lot of teams on that southern side that are going to be forcing them out of that position, which could put Blackhand into one of the prime spots because they're away from all of this commotion, from all of this damage. If Blackhand can find coverage, if they can find protection, they could find themselves in the final fight.
We are into our top 9 squads. TSM, who almost had to go on an elimination bracket run. They left it to the last game to get that win to send them through to the grand finals. Moist Esports will be eliminated in the meantime. Elsewhere, you can see the Blackhand are taking a fight. Blackhand are taking a fight, and who's it against? It's TSM who are moving in, and Hal got that first knock.
Gets the first knock, wants to press up, and they will get aggressive here because if they win this fight, they own the northern side. All the other squads are on the south. TSM win the fight, and now they're in prime position here.
But is anyone going to push on this? Can they get the reset? It looks like TSM will be able to. And all of a sudden, after back-to-back wins, TSM are in prime spot. Carnage elsewhere.
TSM once did it from the heavens, but now they can do it from the depths. They were so far behind going into match number 5, but then back-to-back victories finds them on match point here at match 8. And they have the chance to make it 3 in a row, but they have to play this one perfectly. They can't afford to slip up here, but they have loot, they've got boxes, they've got shield swaps, they've got everything they could possibly want here to win this final circle.
The cards are in the hands of TSM. The crowd know it. TSM fans at home and around the world know it as well. You do not get a better chance than this.
One of these teams on the southern side has to come out healthy, has to come out as a full 3 if TSM are going to be contested here. Otherwise, this one might just be given to them. But it was all that fight on the northern side. Beating Blackhand may have just done it, but they still have to get over this final hurdle here. And I tell you what, it could be SAF. SAF on this lower side, they're not going to take as much damage because these guys in the building are going to fight one another. And it was SAF who originally threatened TSM.
TSM try and take a little bit more space. The digi threat here for Hal means the Bangalore smokes are not going to be an exit option for some of these teams inside of the building. And I tell you what, TSM are not going to wait for the game to come to them. TSM are going to go and win the game themselves. Pulverix down, Ascend down. 2 more teams for TSM to deal with to call themselves champions.
And I love this, push the narrative, give yourself the best opportunity. Iron Blood Gaming, the next team to potentially go down here. This is going to be SAF versus TSM in the final fight.
3v3, a chance for Legacy to become a dynasty for TSM. The zone cut in half. Pressure on Verhulst as the catalyst to make a play. Starfight could play pipe poopers here, and TSM are going to have to wait.
These Watson fences could be massive.
Apex Folklore once again repeating itself as Hal, once again from the heavens, gets the opening knock. The CEO with a hostile takeover. TSM are your champions.
From legacy to a dynasty, it is now complete for TSM. Online championships, playoff championships, and now a world championship for TSM. 3 victories in a row to do it.
Please welcome to the stage your Apex Legends Global Series Year 3 champions, TSM! Guys, world champions! Oh my God! That was absolutely insane. I mean, you guys are at the top of the mountain right now. Tell me how you feel.
Wow. To be honest, I couldn't believe it. You know, we were like 13th place for most of the games, and randomly we just won 3 games in a row. I don't know. I feel amazing. You know, everything that we've put in, you know, as a team, individually, everything, it all paid off. You know, second first for the year. I got no regrets. So.
You gotta love it. Crowd, make some noise. Raven, you are the Bill Belichick of the Apex Legends game. How is it coaching these guys? I mean, you got 3 of the greatest players under your belt here. How does it feel?
No, they just are the best players in the world, the 3 best players in the world, absolutely. No question. No, this tournament, I really feel like this was all them. Really, like, it wasn't the strats, it wasn't me, it was just them being better players and having the mental resilience to be able to struggle and still win. So.
I see the emotion in your faces. I feel the love in your hearts. Reps, I gotta ask, listen, you two are the oldest, if I'm not mistaken, the oldest duo in Apex history since 2019. How does it feel?
It feels amazing to continue to play the game from the start and still have so much success, and I gotta say thank you to Hal for always trusting me and always playing with me. So I've always believed in Hal, and I feel like he's always believed in me. So yeah, I thank him for trusting me.
That's love. That's love. Some might say levels. Verhost, the youngest. I don't even have to say it, EA's most positive player in the entire game, but arguably the greatest controller player in the world. What do you think about that?
Say that last thing again? I misheard you?
I said, how does it feel that you're arguably the greatest controller player in the game?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can take that title from Hal right now. I really don't. I really don't know.
What I do want to let you know is that though Hal ran away with one trophy, he may have just gotten another one. I'm not sure, but Peeps is standing by with our Monster Energy MVP.
Thank you, Rain Day. We are here with the CEO and the newest world champ. And this is another trophy to add to your collection right here. The MVP. Hal, what does getting the MVP award mean to you?
Personally, I don't care about the MVP award. You know, I just want to win. You know, it doesn't really matter to me who has the most kills, who, you know, whatever. As long as we win as a team, MVP is just like the icing, you know?
Levels, all right. what does your teammates' contribution to you getting MVP? What are their contributions to that? It's got to be everything.
Yeah, well, it's always a team effort. You know, like Evan's role, he's an anchor, so he doesn't get as many kills and stuff like that. So he's always watching our back. So it's a team effort. You know, if we swapped the roles, then he would probably be MVP. But you know, it's like I said, MVP is a team effort, and you know, I don't really care for it because we're a team.